It's a very metaphorical minute here, because we just want to get started. I really have to figure out why my windows do this. Because when I think it might just be having Streamlabs open. When I'm playing games not on stream, this doesn't happen to me. Native, if it would work better just on plow. There are many discussions about how to nerf that card. I'm of the opinion that providing just a read instead of a food is probably the best way to go. The main reason I think native is super strong is that you get room parts without worrying about feeding either. And when you can do rooms and feeding in one move while getting... Oh, you tested working on plow and that turned out to be too strong? Well, I mean, these things probably... I think they need about 1 or 200 plays before you can be convinced of strength. What I'm finding while investigating power stats is that small sample size is a big thing. And small is actually uncomfortably big. Okay, so this first pack, the good cards, I would say, are these four, with Clerk and Dove Hunter not far behind. Officer and Fencing Master seem to be the first tier. Carrot Farmer Storehouse Keeper the next tier. Dove Hunter Clerk the third tier. Yeah, and I mean, the thing about taking away Native's ability on Sow is that the Sow doesn't really happen that early. So it doesn't really, in my opinion, become a cause for strength. So I went with Fencing Master over Officer just because I don't see any immediate Stonehouse support in that draft. And it's a bit limiting as a first pick. Alright, this second pack is pretty interesting. Not Singer. Yeah, it's hard to pass. But well, seeing Animal Farmer here, I mean, I guess that's a bit lucky. Keeping Village Farmer in mind, Animal Farmer's amazing. Have to take it. Uh, Players aren't idiots. Most of the time. I will say that I have been surprised at powers before, and generally I'm pretty good at estimating these things. So I think having some humility is pretty important when it comes to card evaluation. Like, for example, my instincts don't tell me that Forest Clearer in Revised is overpowered, and it's like the combination of Woodcutter and Berry Picker. Um, if you're going on 2 or 4 wood. And my intuition doesn't say it's overpowered, but the stats keep saying it over and over again, so I gotta listen. Yeah. So that's my take on that. And here, yeah, I don't really care what's wheeling. Harvest Helper is interesting to note if I don't see any more grain stuff. So now I want to be taking stuff I'm pretty sure I'm going to play. Earlier is better with Fencing Master. Hindsight says Officer was the wrong pick just because we don't see any Stonehouse stuff here. Yeah, yeah, trusting intuition can go wrong sometimes. Academic does not trigger Fencing Master twice because it doesn't count as two occupations for other occupations. Except for Reeve. Well, and while I don't think you've made a poll yet, right? You kind of want to have those numbers formalized, like have exact numbers before claiming that kind of thing. So I think I'm picking Diplomat here just in terms of strength, even though it's a later game play usually. Mathematician's okay. Tinsmith could be okay. But I'm hoping to have animals anyway. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why am I seeing this pack once? No. The strongest card here doesn't fit with Fencing Master super well. Circus Manager makes the other Ox playable pretty quickly. But I can't play it first because I'm not going to lose 2 wood on Fencing Master. Visionary's the fun pick for sure. It's also like the second to worst card here. In terms of power and where I would pick it. But actually that's different. I would pick Braidmaker last out of these. And Hunter's probably the weakest. But I would pick it before Visionary here, I think. Visionary's so fun here. First and fun, that's right. But you know, this is what channel credits are for. And I'll give you all like a minute to spend those channel credits if you want me to take Visionary here and let Doe have Circus Manager 5th. I mean, Doe does deserve some reward for hopping in here. Going from stream watcher to emergency 4th player hero person. Alright, time's ticking on that channel credit reward. Someone type in chat if you're gonna do it. Yeah, I mean, Bone Collector and Hunter aren't bad either, but I just wanted, like, multiples out of this pack. Dove is quite good. Stonepiler is interesting to note. But Fencing Master is kind of like a combination Patroness for Stonepiler only. For the first 3 Ox. I guess it's not that big of a deal. Dove Hunter is definitely good here. Clerk is nice as an early pick. I don't know if I want to be plowing one thing at a time. Haberdasher here is really nice, actually. I like Haberdasher a lot. It's very flexible. Supports baking. Oh, and Mathematician came back. Sure, I'm not likely to need Mendicant, and I don't feel the need to play Woodbuyer. There's a Bone Collector in the game. Here, Reed Pond is the most obvious thing I've seen in a long time. None of these are good. Village Well is okay, but it's going to be like the second pick out of this pack. Big yikes for anything except Reed Pond here. Doe getting another great pack. So I got back-to-back weakest packs. Yeah, so that's how I'm feeling right now. Both best packs last. Yeah, Circus Manager doesn't need chocolate. Brickyard will be easy to play. Farm Stables just good, but I don't have stables. And Animal Farmer makes stables a little worse. On the rebound, I probably hope for something like Bakehouse. Probably take Brickyard here. Golden Rose is good, but unuseful here. Barbershop is good. There's a plow. Ground Pickaxe. I love Ground Pickaxe Plow. I'm going to need to fill some extra spaces if I'm fencing 5 spaces only. Yeah, this seems more than reasonable. Golden Rose really fun. We saw one food cost thing in Hired Helpers. But nothing crazy. It's not like you can use it for Private Forest and Ox and Educator and etc. Costermongers, I don't have veg. Barbershop, I don't want to kill my tempo. Especially because I want to spend my wood pretty quickly anyway. Barbershop would be the perfect wheel, but I'm not going to expect it. It's probably too good to wheel from that pack. Apparently Doe's pack is fantastic. You see, if you join a game as the emergency hero player, this is what you get. Chris loves you. Yeah, okay, that's not a 4th pick. How do you ever pass Driftwood? Driftwood is like the best G4, G5 miner. What am I passing here? Passing Greenhouse after seeing Costermongers, that's fun. Gold Medal is interesting, but definitely not strong enough. Port Le Havre is same story. Brickyard might actually be quite good here because we had a Tinsmith in the game. And like Village Well. So Well has a chance of coming out pretty early. Yeah, I mean, none of these are amazing. I'm glad I don't have to pass something even better. As expected, this pack is Garbo. Gypsy's Croc has a point on it. I can't dove pigs, but this would be the rate that I'd get them at. Definitely should have taken private school. Yeah, just making a joke on the last game, right? I think Badger and Hired Helpers are not good enough for me here. Mathematician Brickyard is a non-bow. Yeah, I don't have to take a resource. Let's see. Wild Game is the best. But calling any of these the best makes me feel bad inside. I guess I take Gypsy's Croc. Well, no, I'm going to be feeding with Dove. Maybe I just take Wild Game. Butter Churn. If it was 1 wood, I would take Butter Churn. Whoa. Oh yeah, no worries, Enwell. And you know that's going to show up on the stream, right? I can't stop it from happening. Alms Basket, interesting. Cattle Market, also interesting. Bakehouse, I think, is kind of what I was hoping for with Haberdasher. If I can get that grain down really early, that could be a fun line. Yeah, Badger's just not doing enough. Like, you get 2 food out of it maybe, and you give someone else a food or 2, or the table 2 or 3 food for your 2 food, and you spend a clay. It's like net negative almost. Okay. No, and well, I think it's clear you're doing it all out of caring. Oh man, and Do gets second seed also. Okay. So with Circus Manager and Fencing Master, I think I have to play Ock here. And pass on Reedstone, and I think that's totally fine. Badger, quirky, fun, hard to manage, yeah. Yeah, if I can generate feelings of guilting people into playing with me, why not? So the base plan here, probably 2 wood over 2 clay. Someone else's Visionary, maybe? Maybe it just got discarded, though. But Visionary does change the growth queue a little, and I should try to keep an eye out for who might be trying to clown. Well, I mean, fun over smart is always a valid choice. And I assume when people make comments like, not a very good player, it must be just in context of the site. Like if your site win rate is not super high. Thatcher has House Goat, so I'm starting to think that was probably the second pick. So I probably circus the Haberdasher first and maybe get a plow down. Get a grain in the ground in round 1. Or stage 1. You think that the stats mean that Free Ock is too nice for second seat? Not sure I see where that conclusion comes from. Thatcher having a round 1 miner is really nice with Storehouse Keeper. Immediately get that Reedstone food grain. Because, I mean, Reedstone for food after 1 move, also pretty darn good, right? Stone House Builder for Field Watchman. Well, I gotta keep playing Ox. Because just being able to play Driftwood and Reed Pond early is going to be amazing. Stone House Builder. This card loses so much. Like, I don't know, click on it in the stream. Look at the win rate of Stone House Builder and tell me you still want to draft Stone House Builder in your next game. I also want to investigate Turambar, the deck type breakdown. Did I do that already? I don't remember, honestly. Um, right, because here I can sow Reed Pond if I plow. So I think I want to fish plow. Forget all these stacks of things, and then sow Reed Pond. Yeah, I'm on more the side of obsolete human. It's not clear. Well, in worst case, player 2 gets the player 1 start of occupation and having 2 food. 5 and 6 are better than 7 and 8 too, sometimes. Well, almost all the time. You have the choice. If we could ever put a good valuation on the value of stability, it might just be these win rates. Well, I mean, it's statistically significantly better, but it's not a huge percentage. One could argue it's not a huge percentage. If you think that 2 wood, 2 clay is the forced 5th, 6th actions, then sure. I'm not sure about that. So Stone House stuff potentially for Field Watchman or the Well, Village Well. Here I could take 4 wood instead of 3 food. But 3 food plow is so safe and good. And in a late sheep game, I don't think I want to be risking things too much. We'll see if Thatcher plows here. That would suck. I mean, pretty likely he has Golden Rose, too. Diplomat, Mathematician, both fine to play here. Dove Hunter's more of a late game play. Yeah, and I could Thatcher playing the Hearth. Field Watchman probably just takes 3 wood. Might start here. Or Reedstone. Oh, Doe has hired helpers. Yeah. Doe could use the hired helpers just to take... I'm just giving him 6 wood if I don't start here. Yeah, this is a little messy. Yeah, I'll just play this Reed Pond in round 3. Because if I don't do that, then I'm just giving Doe 6 wood. So Doe now decides if he wants to block the 6 wood by breaking the action. That seems like channel credits play. Which one? When does math start? Round 6? Yeah, Doe deciding 4 wood better than 3 and having flexibility. Thatcher gets Reedstone Food Grain. Oh, hired helpers, yeah. I mean, I don't like it, but I think there's... I mean, I don't think it's not worth the food cost. I think I'm also bad at hired helpers. Field Watchman playing Engineer. Wow. If anyone has Visionary, it has to be Thatcher. But that would just mean killing the boar. Doesn't seem great. For me here, I kind of just want to play an Ock. Because I don't have that so minor thing. Or I could just plow... I have room parts starting next round. I'm already start player. I'm just going to plow. Get this done. I can't use ground pickaxe as my only fields this game. So turning down to Reed, very questionable. I think Circus Manager as my second move next round is pretty efficient. I would like a Reedstone food here. Maybe Stonehouse Builder's tactically bad. What does the win percentage show for Stonehouse Builder, by the way? It's like 19, right? We get Fence Overseer for Thatcher. Visionary officially out, but not a big deal one way or another. Excuse me. 19, yeah. If a card makes you lose 25%, well, if you normally win 27% and Stonehouse Builder's average win rate is 19%, why would you ever play Stonehouse Builder? So thank you, Chris, and no one for getting room parts yet, I guess. Doe probably has Officer. And I'm playing... Driftwood. Just get all these amazing miners out early. Should I just do Brickyard? Probably Brickyard's better. Even though Driftwood gives me room parts again with a Reedstone food in round 7. This Village Well with Goblet Engineer is going to be really nice for Field Watchman. I don't know, Brickyard feels like it's going to do a lot of work too. And this way I can take a wood grab also. This hits at the end of every round, right? Or at the start of each round. Great. Math would have given me a wood. I could also consider fencing and playing Dove Hunter. Seems pretty good. But I only want to try to do that if I think I can grab the sheep in front of Thatcher, who clearly wants them, being food down. Down on food, rather. Doe Academy playing Storehouse Clerk. Signature card. Also, he's like 1 short on Clay and Reed right now. I wonder if this is some Clay supports or Rock Pyramid type stuff for Doe with Officer. Guess just in case, fair enough. I mean, either the 4 Clay or the 3 Reed is really a great take here, because it comes with extras. So Thatcher took the Reed. Oh man, Singer, that's some creative stuff. Can take either Stone or Clay Reed. Field Watchman starting means that he builds the room and grows this round. My chances at circus managing aren't super high. I really want it. Be really strong. This pile of clay would be a lot better if I didn't play Brickyard. Doe's on 1 action this round. It's probably the food. I don't want Thatcher to have this clay. Reedstone is still a great spot for me. I don't see how Doe doesn't take the food here, even though it lets Thatcher play start with either of the next 2 to make sure he grows in front of Doe. Yeah, Doe takes the 4 food. Definitely seems good. I can read stone and reno clay oven, and then just take a grain next round and sow it. That solves a lot of issues, honestly. We'll see what Thatcher does. 3 wood and start player makes a lot of sense. I'm really interested to see what Doe does with this clerk. Thatcher instead just takes the 6 food on the board. He can't keep anything at home because of the house goat. We take this very obvious reedstone food. With building material, I can probably sneak in resources for a clay room. Doe with storehouse, it's the classic. I'm actually not sure I've seen him play it. Beware? Okay. I mean, it looks like clay supports. It looks a lot like clay supports. And maybe if I don't take 6 clay, I can get my circus manager. And this is the right round for Doe to Reno with clay supports because he'll have the extra stuff to keep Clerk going. So I'm going to say his first minor was clay supports over House Goat, Driftwood, and something I haven't seen yet for Field Watchman. Grain, so travel next round for me. Not super exciting, but and I probably do math as my Ock, even though Diplomat gives 2 free actions in round 14, that almost never becomes necessary. And this is not a bad round to do nothing. With the best spots on the board being 3 wood, 4 food, fishing. Yep, minor with sow and Ock with TP. Driftwood for the minor and probably mathematician over driftwood or over diplomat or dove hunter. This reedstone food, not sure I understand. I'm now unsure about what Doe is doing. Reno slapdash. Reno hearth. Guest officer. That's all I can come up with. Renault BMW. Yeah, that's a good idea for dough. And I guess storehouse clerk with BMW. That's really good. I didn't pass guildmaster. There's a chance I passed sculptor's son and don't remember it. Thatcher gets room, stable, and grow here. It's hard to pass that up. Kind of surprised Doe did, but the clerk is the clerk. I'm not going to argue with the clerk master. Carrot farmer for field watchman, starting to use some of that chocolate. I should consider starting for 6 wood if it comes to me. This grain in the ground is going to be really necessary for when uh, I don't have any miners left and want to bake with haberdasher. I really want to keep this grain multiplying. Reno greenhouse. Still not sure I see it, but would Clay Reed. Well, Thatcher has to grow here. And does with Lasso. Yeah, that was probably the third best card in my starting pack. Right, don't waste your major actions, I agree. Though, on the other hand, Greenhouse for last chance at 2 is pretty useful also. Yeah, that seems okay. Field Watchman plows and plows there. Clowndery stones? It's got to be Clowndery stones. Okay. I will do this again. Haven't seen Harvest Helper, which I like. Second action could be 5 food. Reedstone definitely fine also. 5 food is pretty equivalent to a grain. So maybe I shouldn't do that. What is the timing of Brickyard compared to Mathematician? They don't fire at the right time. Hey CS, how are you doing? That's where you usually plow, right? And then you're gonna fence around it because Bois allows it. Um, if there are wood action spaces after refilling, so after the start of each round. So I could. It's not going to work out. Toe Academy playing Tinsmith. That's not what I would choose as a payoff for Storehouse Clerk. I could hit Brickyard for 4 clay and math a 5th clay if it applied. That would work. Doe played the Ock. Field Watchman's feeding is okay. Thatcher's feeding is okay. I probably don't need to crunch on food with Doe playing Tinsmith. So I think I'd rather take Reedstone. Oh, actually, 3 Reed. Thanks, CS. Yeah, I have all my fences ready to go. So if I take 3 Reed here, I have a chance at 6 clay next round. And then I just build 2 clay rooms. Stone coming out late with a Storehouse Clerk. Diamond Mine. Okay, so that was the top pick. Nice. So, yeah, I agree, Turnbar. It's not... Oh, well, Norden, I can take the 4 clay off Brickyard first and then take the 6 clay. Because Brickyard will trigger at the start of next round before my actions. Playing math here doesn't really do anything. Yeah, it's 4. In my experience, I often trigger it at 5 or above. The nice thing is that you can decide when you want to trigger it. So with 15 fences already in hand, I should have a couple more via Ox. And then... Thatcher. Would Thatcher take 4 clay? Not if I play Dove Hunter, right? Then I only have to fade Field Watchman. So Dove Hunter is something that won't do much for me right now. But I don't need to play Diplomat right now. Mathematician doesn't seem like it's going to be worth much. Yeah, Brickyard's like surprisingly good, or in terms of flexibility. Oh, I guess I need 2 wood for my ground pickaxe plow. So I'm not quite sure I have enough for a stable here. I should take stone because of bakehouse and just renoing to stone. Thatcher does take 4 clay, which is unfortunate. I do have building material. Field Watchman starts with stoneware. probably takes 3 stone because of Village Well. Or maybe he just doesn't know about Village Well. Because it could just be in Doe's hand. Just open plows. Okay, my brickyard accounting is really bad. I think he gets to 4 now. I played it in round 5, so 6, 7, 8, now it's 9. So what are my options here? If I fence, Thatcher just grabs the sheep. I'm probably stuck using building material. The 3 stone is in too high of demand. Doe takes the 5 clay. Well, looks like I'm building a room next round. And then fencing and baking here. This is really good for Thatcher, getting 4 wood here. Yeah, fence for 2 boar is fine. I have wild game. I don't need a hearth with Dove Hunter and wild game and baking strat. Field Watchman. Oh, Thatcher lassoed. Fences. I don't think Doe will fence 10 here. Just start bake, I think. That means if Thatcher doesn't... Well... Oh, yeah, officer, of course. I wonder what Doe has aside from officer. Because we didn't see the first dock. Room and overseer. I could still take a bunch of wood and then build some stables, but then I have a decision to make on animal farmer, like how much... I probably just take 2 boar. And hope that I don't have to take 6 wood instead. Field Watchman doing a very obvious so there. Oh, and I am gonna get 6 wood. Okay. Options. What are they? What are they? Play Animal Farmer now? Because it's... Well, I don't think I need to chase that last wood on Fencing Master. I could play BMW. I could play Joinery. And then not build stables and still have a reason to take wood. You know, this is actually a good time for Joinery of all things. Oops. Because I have the extra wood. Just eat that one. And it keeps me having very good reasons to just leech a ton of wood. And even though we combined built 4 wood rooms and Fence Overseer is saving a lot of wood and Doe is putting a few wood into the game, I'm putting some wood into the game. Doe plows here. I mean, really wants that one last stone, right? I have to imagine. I have no idea what Doe is up to here. I think just isn't getting quite the actions he wants. So Thatcher got, what is that? 4 clay and is going to FG and lasso. 5 on Brickyard. Yes, thank you, Norden. Yeah, no matter what I do, I'm not getting the boar. I mean, I could take the boar myself. Ooh. Yeah, that's not gonna work. 3, 3, 2, 7. Doe playing pottery for slightly better conversion. I feel like BMW would be better. Or I'm just completely missing the boat on a reason to have Reed. I should grab another grain. Thatcher playing farm stable. That's a very natural and good place to have farm stable. I guess Duck Pond, Diamond Mine, House Goat, Duck Pond, and Driftwood. Hard to pick the right one. I think Doe might have. I think Driftwood is pretty darn good, though. It's definitely not Duck Pond. I mean, House Goat, Diamond Mine, Driftwood, they're all quite excusable. Do I want to build a room here? Yes, because Field Watchman can. And then do I build stables? I don't see a reason to build stables here. No, especially because I have to use 2 wood for ground pickaxe plow. So I'll put the room there for no amazing reason, but I definitely can. Doe plays Market Woman, right on time for greenhouse. So that was the first dock. Wow. Doe's got a lot of stuff, but hasn't turned it into points yet. What is that mid-zone food? Is that Thatcher? Yeah, it's Thatcher. Field Watchman opens plow. So I'm growing this round. Thank you, helicopters. Two wood grow ock. Two sheep. Two wood, jeez. I don't need two wood. I do have to take animals pretty early because of this stupid lasso. If I can get that traveling third action, then that'll be pretty useful. I could also bake on the miner, but I think that's not a good idea. I'd rather building material for... I do have a brickyard. I should keep marking. There is a chance I get it one more time. And buy a fireplace with it. Or even more clay rooms if this doesn't go well. Costermonger's Barrow for Doe. I still am not seeing the points engine. Thatcher also going for a room, taking 3 reed. I imagine Doe has to play Basket Maker's Workshop here. It's getting pretty late to not be doing that. Doe being start I really don't like. But, you know, happens. I probably just get 2 boar next round. Yep, there's BMW. It looks like he'll be able to eat all of the reed and keep it building on Storehouse Clerk, so he's got extra. Thatcher gets Reedstone Food Grain, probably pivoting to Stone Oven now. Field Watchman fishes... Oh, because of Stoneweir. I was going to say that's very generous of him. Let's play this now. I probably am going to end up wanting Diplomat. But this doesn't change people's opinions of my plans. Yep, and there's the Stone Oven for Thatcher. Doe has too much reed here, unless he thinks he can get a stone room. And now I have a sheep to keep doving away, which is pretty useful. Kind of sad to not have that earlier. Who took a cow? Doe took a cow? Man. I guess it more prevents Thatcher. Because instead of room stabling, he takes clay? Oh, he needed that for a room, I guess. And Doe gets family growth without. These fields are a problem. I want the boar really badly. Yeah, it's looking more and more likely I'll diplomat. There's no way this isn't boundary stones or cloister dweller for field watchman. Field watchman starts with golden rose. So I gotta plow next turn. Or next round, rather. Regardless. Or I can get growth. Here I might take a cow. Because taking one now, one next round does wonders. Doe takes 4 wood. Could definitely use a veg as well. I'm not sure Field Watchman wants to plow so. Golden Rose Chocolate is a non-bow. You don't need both. I mean, it's good for mini pasture. And that kind of thing. My game looks good, but so does Thatcher's, and I'm not sure where to put them relative to each other. Could also take 2 cows here. First move next round, if I think I can get it. Thatcher took stone. Kind of annoying. Veg and stall if I can get this cow. This was probably the worst. So my big concern would be Thatcher build and lasso cow. I have enough actions. The board sucks. I don't need wood. I'm just going to take the cow now. Veg next. Maybe even grain after. Even if I think Thatcher is build growing, Field Watchman could still want the cow very reasonably. This looks like Cloister Dweller. But Market Woman was the first pick, so it's not. Doe will end with a few extra reed. And I don't remember Reed Nursery, but there were at least 2 really bad packs, so it's not out of the question. I need to take 1 cow pretty highly next round. Watchman takes wood. Wild game I can't really play right now. My last action could just be Circus Diplomat or a grain. Thatcher growing with Port Le Havre. Free point. Not gonna get much from the effect there. And I think I take a grain as 5 food or points. Plow. Yeah, so I think it sounds like Field Watchman took Stonehouse Builder over Circus Manager. I don't see how that makes sense. So this is my second single grain take of the game. Play-by-play says Field Watchman is taking Plowsow, and indeed. So, decision time. Pretty much have to plow here, right? Because I have Diplomat fairly easily played. Yeah. So I put a wood on Expensive Ock. And I put a wood on grain, no. Clay, no. Grain is okay. Well, yeah, you inject Stone and Reed into early game, and then you get in situations like Field Watchman in round 3, where he just passed me the option to start 6 wood because Reed Stone food was in the plan. And obviously giving someone else a reason to put you in last is not great. So I want a cow, I want to sow. In that order. Maybe I don't play Wild Game because it'll let me keep doving if I end with 4 pigs. Or maybe I should just take the sheep to figure that part out. That one is dumb. So Thatcher's getting the wood. Thatcher playing Chief. Nice. So Chief and Overseer are the ones I didn't see. Overseer is pretty good in a G4, G5 only format. G4, G5. Oh, he lassos a cow. Means I pretty much have to take 2 sheep here. Village Farmer for Field Watchman. Getting a wood from... What exactly? Oh, the effect of the card itself. Dirt. Doe starts with the building material I gave him and takes a clay. This allows him to buy fireplace and... Oh, gosh. So here I want to sow, and how much food do I have if I sow? I'm doving a sheep, so that's 4. Wood is 6. Probably just need to bake one. Yep, I need to bake one. Not super efficient. I've done better. Though next round there is an opportunity to get 2 stone and sow bakehouse. That's like a 4-point sequence that feeds me or something like that. 3 from upgrading and 1 from sowing, approximately. Oh no, I'm plow sowing though. Maybe that's not worth anything. Thatcher's gonna end with no fields. That probably hurts a little. 2 extra stone here, and I don't really know why. There was Master Builder in this game. I could take this. Nah. I'm baking that one. So I'm doing okay. Probably just want a dove now. GG. Do I have this one already? Thatcher and Field Watchman could have it. Or maybe you just need to go, Rilo? Not quite sure. It would be really cool to win Village Farmer, but that would require me getting the plow 1 space, which I might get. I mean, it does look like my game. Don't want to assume. I'd have plenty of options next round, but I don't know if I want to use them. By quite a bit? Okay, maybe. I don't have to dove right now, but I might as well. Do I eat a wood? No, I don't eat a wood. Hold on. I'll eat a wood. Good Diplo, yeah. Village Farmer makes plow 1 be worth 4 points. Yeah, okay, I probably have this one. I can even buy a fireplace that I don't want. The Stone So Bakehouse line is really fun, but I don't think I have time for it. So I doved a sheep and I breed a pig. Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, Thatcher not having fields. It's not like he can play three more ox and play cotton field or something like a surprise. Borrowed plow would be absolutely huge. And I do not know one of his miners. Because Housegoat was one of them, but you never know what that last one is. And like Borrowed Plow, when you're going for a nerd chief fence overseer plan, like Borrowed Plow can be absolutely huge. But the 5 wood is right for fencing, even though that's only one more point than just fence overseeing. Sending my farm. Doe pretty clearly taking a plow sow here. So Field Watchman can plow or grow. I mean, he's not going to be taking away points from himself by growing. Does need defense. Thatcher wants to reno fence. Doe can also reno fence. So they will split those actions. Reno fence, lassoing a cow. Fair enough. Where is the reed nursery when you need it? Could this be Cloister for Thatcher? Or a half-timbered house that's not coming in? Doesn't have enough actions left for Mansion. I'm just gonna take these for clay. Mostly because it's not worth anything to have it there, and I'd feel bad about surprising people with it when I've been sketchy on the accounting. Fish Reno fence to finish his game. Okay. Yeah, those are all unblockable. So I plow here. Yeah, 4 points, no food. Yeah, sometimes you just get in low plow games and then You get saved. Master Builder for Thatcher, kind of as expected. I would still guess Cloister. Let's see here. Let's see. I got the plow sow to do. I can't grow anymore. Two points of wood. Bakehouse sequence is probably not worth enough. Tinsmith and clerk? Oh, storehouse clerk, yeah. That's good. That's like other clerk that was in the draft and didn't get played. Sheep is 4 food and takes away 2 from dough. I have 2 extra grains of food and I need 8. Thatcher playing pelts. That's good. Good reason for lasso. Grainwood or a sheep? Probably just a sheep. Feeds me. I needed 1 source of stuff. Food stuff. I don't think I can get a point with it anymore. So that's just a 1-point move. But yeah, I maxed this joinery, yeah. Thatcher pelts them all, yeah. And then dough, yeah. I mean, wood stables. Yeah, this should be fairly easy. I probably am like 55 plus. All right, let's see what we got here. Feed a million. So 34 for Watchman. I have 10. 55. So I'm definitely on a heater now. Wow, Thatcher got 54. I mean, pretty solid for Thatcher throughout if he can get a field. Wow. Barely got it. I got 55. Yeah, that probably came out confusing because of how text boxes work. So barely eke this one out over a very strong chief. I mean, fence overseer, master builder is definitely what you want to have. Ah, Sunday worker. That was my second pack. Yeah, like you can play it the same way I played diplomat just to get that extra plow. All right, so that's a good day, and we might have wins every day so far this week. Is that correct? Either way, happy to have you all with me here hanging out. Enjoy the rest of your day wherever you might be, and I hope to see you for the next one. Take care, everyone.